Alright guys, so for my learning presentation, I'm going to teach you guys some basic rifle marksmanship. So some things to start off with: you want some ear protection, just like this. You can do anything, you can get over ear protection also. You want some eye protection, especially if you're shooting up close. If you're shooting from far away, like long distance stuff, it doesn't really matter. But that's all for like the really basic stuff. So for your rifle, it depends on what eye you're gonna use, but I shoot right-handed, so you want to hold this. You always want to have trigger discipline. You never want to have your finger on the trigger unless you're about to shoot. So bring your finger out like that. Of course you want to have your hand on the upper hand guard up here. You bring it into your shoulder, place it firmly in your shoulder. You don't want to squeeze it real hard, but if you have it too loose, you're probably going to bruise yourself from the recoil. You want to bring it up. You want to bring your cheek right to the stock. You want your head to still be pointing straight up, and if you want, you can close your other eye. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's good to have it open, but you can close your other eye, and you just want to align the front sight post with the rear sight aperture. And whenever you're ready with that, then you'll switch off the safety and you'll pull the trigger. Alright, so now that you got your hearing protection and your eye protection on, you're going to want to load your rifle. Depends on what you're using. I have a magazine. You might have an internal magazine. You might have to load it directly. So once you do that, you're going to want to close the bolt. Get a good stance. You want to have whatever hand you're shooting with. You want to have that foot a little bit farther back than the other one. You want to have your body pointing forward. Bring the weapon up to your shoulder. Make sure it's secure in your shoulder. You don't want to push too hard, but you also don't want to have it too loose. Line up the front sight post with the rear sight aperture. Get a good position with your eye. Flip off the safety, put your finger on the trigger, and shoot. When you're done, flip the safety back on immediately, and then you're good to go. You still want to make sure you have the muzzle pointing in a safe direction at all times. You definitely don't want to flag a person. And it's always good to have a good position also, because if you have a semi-automatic weapon like this, or even maybe somebody shooting an automatic weapon, you might have a lot of recoil. And if you don't have a good position, that recoil might knock you over. Alright guys, so another thing you can do, you don't always have to shoot standing up. You can drop to a knee. You can rest your elbow on your knee in the front. You still want to make sure you have a good solid position with the stock to your shoulder. But you just do this, you get your balance, you make sure you have a good balance so that you don't fall over backwards, because it's pretty easy to do if you don't have a good balance position. And you can shoot. And you're good to go. Alright, using these same basic rifle principles, you can shoot it pretty much in your rifle like this one. It's a bolt action, much larger caliber rifle, but you can still shoot it the same way as the other one. So still just come up, close the chamber, make sure you have a good position with the stock. That's pretty much all there is to shooting rifles.